Tommy Robinson breaks silence in first TV interview, a surprising turn in public discourse. In a much-anticipated television appearance, political activist and media personality Tommy Robinson participated in his first televised interview in quite some time, prompting a fresh wave of public debate across the UK. The conversation, broadcast on a mainstream talk show known for its diverse panel discussions, offered viewers a rare opportunity to hear directly from Robinson in a controlled, live setting without sensationalism or outbursts. Rather than focus on past controversies, the interview centered around broader themes such as freedom of speech, social cohesion, the role of the media, and how Britain can move forward in a more united way. It was a conversation that, for many, felt surprisingly composed, prompting both supporters and critics to reassess their expectations of the discussion. The show's host began by acknowledging the sensitivities surrounding Robinson's public image, before steering the conversation toward more current and socially relevant questions. Robinson responded in a calm and measured tone, describing the time away from the public spotlight as a period of reflection. "I've spent time thinking about how this country can have difficult conversations without tearing each other apart," he said. He expressed concern about what he described as a growing divide in public discourse, especially online. "People don't talk to each other anymore, they just shout," he said, urging both sides of the political spectrum to stop dehumanizing one another. The tone of the interview marked a notable shift from the combative and polarized tone often associated with public figures on the fringes of mainstream debate. While Robinson did reiterate his views on certain policy matters such as the need for transparency in media and policing, he also acknowledged that his previous communication style may have limited the reach of his message. Critics on the panel were given ample opportunity to challenge him, and they did so respectfully. One guest, a university lecturer in political science, pressed him on his role in past political tensions and asked what he might do differently today. Robinson responded, "I think if we want better conversations, we have to be willing to listen even when it's uncomfortable. And I include myself in that." Viewers quickly took to social media to share their reactions, which were mixed but notably more nuanced than in the past. Some expressed appreciation for the fact that the interview allowed for civil discourse. "I'm not a fan of his politics, but that was a surprisingly grown-up conversation," one viewer tweeted. Another added, "The interview showed that change is possible not just in what we say, but in how we say it." However, others remained skeptical, urging viewers not to forget past controversies. "Words are easy. Actions speak louder," read one post that reflected continued public caution. Media analysts noted the importance of this interview not just because of who was speaking, but how. "This wasn't about endorsement or condemnation," said Sarah Walton, a media ethics expert. "It was about opening a space where ideas can be interrogated in a civil and controlled environment. That's increasingly rare and extremely valuable." The host of the program concluded the segment by reminding viewers that free speech, accountability, and the right to be challenged are cornerstones of democratic society. "What we saw tonight was not about agreeing or disagreeing," he said. "It was about engaging. And that's something we need more of." As Britain continues to navigate a complex social and political landscape, public figures from all backgrounds will inevitably shape national conversations, sometimes in surprising ways. What matters most, according to experts, is not whether a guest wins or loses a debate, but whether they're willing to participate in it constructively. In that respect, Robinson's appearance may mark a turning point not necessarily in what he believes, but in how he communicates it and how society chooses to respond. Moments like these raise a broader question. Can society make space for dialogue without condoning division? Can public figures evolve, and can audiences listen critically without compromising their values? This televised discussion may not have changed everyone's mind, but it did something arguably more important. It modeled a version of public conversation that's becoming increasingly rare, calm, focused, and grounded in mutual respect. What did you think of the interview? Did it signal genuine change, or simply a shift in tone? Join the conversation in the comments below. And if you're passionate about staying informed with balanced political content that invites thought, not outrage, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Let's keep our political dialogue thoughtful and respectful.